Yo, what's going on with y'all boys, man? I'm back with another video, and by the title, you can obviously see what I'm gonna be talking about. By the title, you can tell that I'm gonna be talking about why the NFL does not make sense. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you might be thinking, why does the NFL not make sense? You know what I'm saying? It's been going on for, hundreds of years. Not hundreds. Oh, hold on. Let me chill out. I think it's been going on for what, about 100 years, 100 years, 70 to 100 years, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. The reason why I say it doesn't make sense is because you know, as far as contracts and trades and all that, I just feel like the logic behind the contracts and trades, and whatever else, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, let's just touch on the contracts real quick. You know what I'm saying? Right now in the NFL, the best player right now is Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying? By far. I feel like by far. Because you look, you know what I'm saying? You look at the stats, you look at, what he contributed to his team, and I feel like he's on another level. Probably him and Lamar Jackson are probably, you know what I'm saying, top two. You know what I'm saying? As far as I got them top two in MVP race right now. Lamar Jackson first, Jamar Chase second. But that's a whole nother discussion. But the reason why I say like that Jamar Chase situation doesn't make sense, because you look at a player like that, you would think, oh, he should be one of the highest paid players, or at least for his position, be one of the highest paid people for his position. But no, you got a Cincinnati Bengals organization, you know what I'm saying, where Jamar Chase is already one of the best players that they probably ever had. You know what I'm saying? And this is like a once in a lifetime type thing, because even if you draft a receiver, that receiver might not even come close to Jamar Chase as far as what he is right now and what he brings to the team. So you would think that a player of that caliber his future should already be situated. But of course, I don't understand what's going on in the NFL with these players and these owners not wanting to pay the players. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best players in the NFL. I don't know what's going on with that. Uh, you got player, you got Jamar Chase, for instance, at the top of his game right now, but for some reason the owners don't want to pay him. You know what I'm saying? You see what he's bringing to the team, how valuable he is to the team, and without him, y'all might not even be in the conversation. You know what I'm saying, for playoffs? Like, y'all might not even be in the conversation. Right now, they're on the borderline conversation, but without them, they might not even be in the conversation at all. So, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, the owners are looking at that, not wanting to pay him. You know what I'm saying? Even before the season even started, they was having conversations. But even back then, I was saying, like, I feel like they should pay him, because of there's not better talent on the market for his position right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not many players that's going to live up to the Jamar Chase, or that's going to even come close to that. You know what I'm saying? So you might well take advantage of the opportunity you have now in paying a top player. You know what I'm saying? Get him settled. Um, like I said, the same thing with Lamar Jackson last season, or I think last season, where he was having trouble with contract issues. You know what I'm saying? He holding up signs saying "Pay me" after having a crazy game. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, the Ravens just didn't want to pay him, or unless they just wanted to see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Before they paid him, but even then, it was like when he showed up to that point, like, it should be a no-brainer to sign him, especially because even if you lose him, whatever team he goes to after that, you're going to eventually have to play them, and eventually, and whatever team he goes to, he's going to instantly make them better, make them a playoff team, just because of the caliber of player he is. The same thing with Jamar Chase. So I don't understand that. Now, another thing I don't understand is the trades. You know what I'm saying? You got players of two different caliber, you know what I'm saying, as far as talent, getting traded for the same thing pretty much. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams got traded for, a fourth rounder. You know what I'm saying? You would think, oh, I feel like the not the Jets, the Raiders could have got more for that. I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they could have got more for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because at the time, I don't know about now, but at the time he was a top receiver in the league. He was a top receiver. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have consistent quarterback play. But now you team him up with Aaron Rodgers, put him in a better situation. And what you don't realize is the Raiders, if say not this season, but say if next season they, they end up making the playoff push, and the Jets end up making the playoff push, eventually they're gonna have to meet up with each other. You get what I'm saying? And now you gave him away for nothing. It seems like because I feel like you could have got more for that. But yeah, Devontae Adams getting traded for a fourth rounder, but then you also got the Cowboys trading, for a young receiver and Jonathan Mingo for a fourth rounder. You know what I'm saying? Which makes no sense because those are two different caliber players, but they're getting traded for the same value. You get what I'm saying? And for some reason, that just didn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I know Jonathan Mingo, he's young talent. He showed flashes here and there. You know what I'm saying? He just hasn't been able to consistently put it together. But looking at that Jonathan Mingo trade, I feel like the Raiders settled a little bit for that fourth round pick. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they could have got more just looking at what the Cowboys got for Jonathan Mingo. And I know it might not be no correlation there, but I still feel like, you know what I'm saying? Looking at those two trades, it's just like, why would the Cowboys? You would think the Raiders trading Devontae Adams to the Jets for a fourth rounder. You would think Jonathan Mingo trade to the Cowboys. You would think the Cowboys would give up less, but in fact, they gave up the same amount. If that makes sense, which makes no sense for me. Yeah, and then, but it also reminds me of a fact back then where I feel like the Carolina Panthers, when they traded Chris McCaffrey to the 49ers, I feel like they could have got more. Yeah, I feel like they could have got more. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is coming from a Carolina Panthers fan. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could have got more actually. Because if I'm not mistaken, they gave up I think it was like a fifth rounder, a third rounder, I think it was a third or fifth rounder, third and fifth rounder, and I think that was it. But even at the time, I'm thinking, this is before he even played it down for the 49ers. I already knew what he was going to add to that 49ers offense. You know what I'm saying? This is way before he even did what he is now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he could have, yeah. I feel like we could have got way more for that. We could have at least got a first rounder. For the amount of value that he added to that offense, we could have easily got a first rounder. Maybe even a second out of there. First and second. Just the value that he added to that offense. You know what I'm saying? He made a Super Bowl contender. You know what I'm saying? A team that previously went to the Super Bowl, even more, like he made them even more great. He made them not just a Super Bowl contender, but like that they was eventually gonna make it to the Super Bowl multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know about this season; it's making a little shaky, but in my opinion, I still feel like I still feel that they're a Super Bowl contender. You know what I'm saying? They just been dealing with a lot of injuries.